Camp has a blog where she showed the picture of, I think his name was Aaron, or the little boy's body washed up on the beach. And her line for that blog post was, "Couldn't he have stayed with us?" And I was like, yeah, he could have stayed with us. And why can't he? And yeah, and just started wanting to read more about it and know about it, and how can I help, and can we go there, and why are these parents leaving with their kids? I couldn't believe that. Yeah, I couldn't believe what was happening. I want them to know that we care, and I think that's what breaks my heart, is there are people who still aren't getting enough help. I would hate for them to think that it's because we don't care. Yeah, I can't imagine, having your neighbors get bombed and feeling desperate enough to get in a blow-up raft and try to get to Orcas from here, to take middle-class families and have their legs wiped out from them, and then go to a place where they think there's going to be hope. Europe is civilized and decent and rich. We will go there and they will help us. And then to have gates, to be stuck in camps. I was talking to Mary, my mother-in-law, and I said, I want to go there. I want to do something huge. Mary said, well, why don't you do something to raise more money? I said, why don't you do something that you know how to do? You could do art, or you could host a garage sale. And I was like, oh, that sounds like work. And she said, I'll help you. And I said, you would help me? And she said, yeah. I said, well, I'll do a garage sale then. And so we did that, and people came out of the woodwork to help. And then the church had this opportunity to do a concert, but they couldn't pay for it. And so they asked Sarah Groves if she could do it as a fundraiser. And Shelley, our children's pastor, said, you want to do this as a fundraiser for your thing that's on your heart? I was like, yes. Yeah, I don't know how to do a concert, but I'd like to do that. It was kind of crazy to think that it was going to happen, and then be in that point of, okay, she's going to come here, and are people going to buy tickets? And yeah. And we didn't have a big advertising budget. We didn't have any advertising budget. Somebody else came up to me at church and said, I'm really nervous that people aren't going to come. And I said, I know, but I have faith that we're going to stand in the back of the church and see a full room, and we're going to say, how did this happen? I'm just going to trust that this is God's thing, because it's, that sounds so cliche, but that God is doing this. It's not me. And yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to Hillcrest Chapel. I'm Carlo, one of the pastors here, and it is my privilege tonight to introduce you to Sarah Groves and her band. Any fans out there? Yeah. But tonight, what is really fabulous is we get to join her, because of her generosity in coming, in standing in the gap for those who are needy. So will you join me in welcoming, with a round of applause, Sarah Groves.
Thank you.
Have you listed all the times you've tried? Do you call on all your alibis when somebody asks the question, why are you hiding? Did you feel a pull? Did you hear a call? Did you take a chance and lose it all? Do you fear there's no collateral left for trying? Well, friend, I know your heart is raw, but love is still a worthy cause. Picking up and pressing on, love is still a worthy cause. In the face of passing surpassing bravery in the midst of your own injury is the constant generosity of grace. It's the beauty in the tales we tell. It's impressing on and ending well, and the joy that comes when you give yourself away.
The first time I heard her music, I was in college, and we were at a leaders retreat, and someone said, you have to listen to this song, and it was called Less Like Scars, and it's her song that talks about I don't feel like I'm afraid as much anymore. And there's another song called Remember Surrender, where she talks about, like, I remember that good feeling of surrendering to the Lord, and I want to be in that place again, and how come I can't live in that place of surrender? I remember having those kind of mountaintop experiences where you feel like you lay it all out to God, and He kind of crushes you in a good way, and then you go back to daily life and think, I want to be in that place where my heart is crushed in a good way, and I know all I can depend on is the Lord. That crushing in your spirit that's a Holy Spirit. That's that humanity piece that, like, that longing, that brokenheartedness is something that you have to honor and follow. Just go forward. Because I think if you don't honor that, then you get less sensitive to it. I think when our hearts are broken about things like that, that's how God motivates people to lift others up and to get out of ourselves.
Would you like to hear what we just raised, what you just raised? I have trouble reading this large number. $14,894.
Technically speaking, we raised enough money to care for about 53 families. 53 families for a month, and that includes food, shelter, water, diapers, and stuff. It's amazing that we changed lives. But in this situation, those are people who are going to continue to need people for years.